When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle. When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Kinontak lang ako ni Coach Randy. Tinanong kung available ako. Tapos, sabi ko nun available. Tapos pinakausap niya na ako sa manager. Experience, wala pa ako masyadong nagigain kasi hindi pa naman ako masyado nagagamit eh. Pero off the court, parang matututo ka na mag-adjust sa paligid. Gano'n kasi everyday iba-iba yung schedule. Every other day, konti lang pahinga. Tapos, mahirap lang mag-adjust. Galing ka sa game, tapos late na natapos, tapos ang aga pa ng training, gano'n. So, mahirapan talaga yung katawan. Konti lang yung playing time ko kasi galing ako sa head concussion. Last September 19, na-injury ako sa practice namin sa San Juan. Nagka-subdural hematoma ako. 1 month ako na talagang pahinga, tapos, and then, talagang nalusaw din lahat ng muscle ko, kaya sobrang payat. And natakot na rin ako gumalaw-galaw. Parang yun na rin yung naging factor. Tapos pagpasok ko dito, aminado naman ako na mentally and physically not ready ako. Siguro, more on defense na lang muna ako ngayon. Focus ako kasi sa offense, feeling ko kaya naman ng mga teammates ko yun eh. Sa offense, bala sila doon. Pero ako, kung ano yung kaya ko lang muna, yun lang muna yung sigurong gagawin ko.
Una, syempre, very thankful ako kay Coach. Binigyan nila ako ng chance makapaglaro sa San Juan. sa tiwala syempre. Tapos sa field basket, sobrang thankful din. Maraming nabigyan ng chance may pakita yung laro nila. Yun, syempre unang-una yung family ko, sa asawa ko si Sheng, pati sa anak ko si Sky. Tapos syempre isa rin ako yung pinakabata sa team namin. So kailangan mas gigil ako. Kailangan mas may pakita ako. So yun yung nagiging at ako naging consistent. Para sa akin, wala naman, halos lahat tinitreat namin na malakas. Kailangan namin mag-compete kasi yung laging sinasabi sa amin ni coach na laging irespeto yung kalaban. Yan.
Unang-una sa lahat, gusto ko magpasalamat sa fans ng San Juan Knights, lahat ng sumusuporta dyan. And syempre gusto rin namin pasalamatan si Senator Jingo Estrada na laging andyan kahit sobrang busy. Tapos si Boss Jeremy Go of Go for Gold, and Engineer Teddy and Marinerong Pilipino.
Salamat nga kami sa buo ng San Juan Knights, sa mga sumusuporta kay Senator Jingo yan. Nabanggit na ni Rhenz. Smart Corporation, Jude Tour 4, Fin Cotton, Kronos, Achit Cow, Dugout Sportswear, IGWTJAV Construction and Development Corporation.
And gusto ko rin palang batiin yung family ko na nasa La Union, yung lola ko, yung kapatid ko, yung mga pinsan ko, tito ko, and sa lahat ng mga sumusuporta sa akin sa La Union. And syempre, binabati ko rin si Coach Chris Calagio, si Coach Jun Manzo, na coach ko dati sa Pangasinan, and si Boss Jan Balingit, and si BM ng Fontalera, and sa family niya. Tapos binabati ko rin pala yung girlfriend ko na nasa Laguna, si Rizel, and yung family niya.
Ayun, binabati ko rin syempre yung family ko, yung asawa ko si Sheng yan, yung anak ko si Sky, yung mga tropa natin dyan sa Tondo, yung mga Team No Sleep, yan sa Paardo, mga batang Paardo, mga tropa natin, yung Upports, yan, tsaka yung family ng asawa ko, yan, mga chewin niya, yan, binabati ko po sila lahat. Tsaka yung syempre, yun lang.
And sa mga hindi ko nabati dito sa interview ngayon, hindi ko kayo nakalimutan.
Only 2 spots remain undecided dito po sa Subic Bay Gym in Olongapo City, Zambales, as the final day of our preliminary round takes place. Noel Zarate again, kasama naman dito si Javi Palanya. The battle for number 1 and number 3 is about to ensue here, Javi, as we take a look at our team standings. San Juan Knights kontra dito sa kupunan ng AICC Manila. The loser will go down to number 3, and of course the winner will remain at number 1.
That's right. So this is a battle for the number 1 spot here. So it's a very important game pa rin for both teams. Who will end up at the top spot, and yung nga, well, like what you said kanina, yung matatalo will end up at number 3. Davao has pretty much that second spot locked in, and Nueva Ecija best friend securing the last twice to beat incentive with a win over M-Trans Boracay de Lea, Batangas City, Tanduay Athletics earlier in today's first game.
Well, of course, yung Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life defeated both of these teams, yung San Juan Knights and of course on opening day, AICC Manila. Kaya kunyari, magkatabla-tabla sila at 7-3. Kung sino man yung magiging katabla at 7-3, Davao still has the advantage. So Davao is locked in at number 2 dito sa ating team standings, although they're at number 3 right now because of the 7-3 record. Pero yun na nga, the winner stays at number 1 and the loser will go down to number 3. For AICC Manila naman, alam naman natin galing to sa talo, but San Juan came off a riveting 39-point victory in their last outing, Javi.
Yeah, that's right, and that's something that we did not expect because we know Nueva Ecija best friend. They know that they are the upset kings of the tournament, and they actually also pulled another upset earlier today, like we said. But that winning margin was something that we did not expect. But San Juan Knights was displayed a masterclass of a ball game against the Nueva Ecija best friend, and that's why they were able to come up with a victory, dominating all categories, almost 51 rebounds, 20 points off turnovers, and 11 fast break points para dito sa San Juan Knights Go for Gold when they came up against Nueva Ecija best friend in their last game.
Well, let's talk about this San Juan Knights Go for Gold. Alam naman natin, they started out this season 3 straight wins, then a roller coaster happened, but look at this 104-65 win. You were mentioning these numbers kanina, Javi, and medyo sick yung 50% from the field.
Yeah, that's right. And San Juan doesn't really shoot well from the field traditionally, and this whole tournament, they always bank on their second chance opportunities, and that's something that they also did here. So they shot well from the field, and they were able to get a lot of rebounds and second chance opportunities in this game, therefore negating whatever run that Nueva Ecija best friend had in them in that game. And one good thing also for San Juan that went well is Rhenz Abando finally able to get his confidence back. He had his best game of the tournament in that game.
11 points on 3 of 4 shooting from beyond the arc, but also got a big lift off the bench galing kay Ato Ular, who was eventually our player of the game.
Yeah, Ato Ular really not really your usual suspect to end the game. Top scoring actually para dito sa San Juan Knights with 18 points and 10 rebounds, double effort. Pero this game is very important. His performance will be very important in this game because AICC has a lot of very experienced bigs, and not just experienced, talagang these hefty guys. And as you said, mga linebackers nga pwede ito sa American football.
Well, ito nga, si Rhenz Abando on your screens right now came away with 11 points. Young man from La Union has been lighting it up of late. Now, let's see now. Of course, hinahanda siya para sa playoffs. But now, let's take a look at AICC Manila's last game, which was a surprising loss to the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors.
Yeah, nobody really expected Pasig Santa Lucia to come out on top in this game. It's practically tight game until the very end. But the bench of Pasig Santa Lucia was able to perform well. And guys like Tyrone Pierce-Chan, who knocked down 2 crucial threes in the end game to get that victory over AICC Manila. Aminado naman tong squad ni Coach Gerson Cabiltes that they did relax in that game, and it was extra painful for them because it was not your usual suspect na tumalo sa'yo in the end game.
Well, of course, para naman dito sa kupunan ng AICC Manila, they were led in that game by Michael Mabulak, who has been the lone constant para sa kanila. Minsan it's their guards, minsan it's their forwards, pero ito Michael Mabulak getting it done on both the scoring and rebounding ends. In just a few moments, we will meet the starters. Ito na pong huling laban ng ating preliminary round. Everything else is pretty much locked in already, except for this number 1 and number 3. Number 2 on Davao, number 4 on Nueva Ecija, and those are the teams that will comprise the twice-to-beat advantage pagdating sa quarterfinals. Now we send it over to Ken Pangilinan.
Magandang gabi mga ka-Phil Basket! Welcome to day 19 of the 2021 Phil Basket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life. This is the very last game of the elimination round to determine the number 1 spot in the playoffs. The San Juan Knights go for gold, going up against AICC Manila. First, let's meet the starting 5 for your San Juan Knights go for gold. At forward 6'2" from De Ocampo College, number 22, Jonard Clarito. Also at forward 6'5" from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 34, JM Calma. At center 6'7" from Mapua University, number 15, Christian Bunyag. At guard, 6 feet from Mapua University, number 9, Pau Hernandez. And at the other guard, 5'6" from Centro Escolar University, number 2, Orlan Wamar. Their coach is Randy Alcantara. And now let's meet the starting 5 for your AICC Manila. At guard, 5'9" from Mapua University, number 7, Hesed Gabo. Also at guard, 5'10" from the University of the East, number 18, Philip Manalang. At center, 6'4" from Jose Rizal University, number 31, Michael Mabulak. At forward 6'4" from Lyceum, number 23, JJ Collado. And at the other forward, 6 feet from San Sebastian College, Recoletos, number 29, Michael Wigo. Their coach is Gerson Cabiltes. Our game officials, crew chief Jojo Belnas, referee 1, Roel
So eto na po tayo, our starters brought to us by TM Easy Surf 99, the final game, game number 55 of the preliminary round.
For San Juan Knights, Paulo Hernandez stepping into the starting lineup, and Christian Bunyag and JM Calma starting side by side. Two centers starting para dito kay Coach Randy Alcantara. Sa panig naman ng AICC, Philip Manalang and JJ Collado stepping back into the starting lineup in lieu of Chris Bitoon and Bobby Balocanag, who usually starts the game for Coach Gerson Cabildes.
So a lot of heft being shown here by AICC in their starting lineup. They are in the blue shirts at ito namang San Juan Knights go for gold in the white jerseys. And we are about ready to get this game going. Playoffs will begin tomorrow. Walang pahinga-pahinga. Whoever wins this today will play again tomorrow. First possession goes to AICC Manila. It will be the number 1 seed against the number 8 seed tomorrow. Tapos 4 and 5. That will be Nueva Ecija kontra Pasig in our second game. Or one of the games. Titignan natin yung schedule maya-maya. We'll release it when it becomes available as Philip Manalang fires up a 3. And the rebound picked up once again by Michael Mabulak, who has been the lone constant talaga pagdating sa rebounding.
Oh yeah, he has been very consistent here in this whole tournament. In fact, one of the top guys in the MVP ladder dito sa ating torneo, talking about Michael Mabulak. Usually, you wouldn't think that a guy like Michael Mabulak would be your guy in the MVP race para sa AICC Manila. Of course, you have guys like Chris Bitoon, Michael Wico, who are much heavy scorers.
Right.
But Michael Mabulak able to do it on both ends, the rebounding department, defense, and points inside.
Saka, there's no play set up for Michael Mabulak, by the way. He just gets it done on pure hustle. 2-0 ang ating scores. Collado was able to get the first basket of the game. How about Jonard Clarito against Michael Huico? Was all over him from 20 feet.
Oh, Jonard Clarito has been playing very, very great here for Coach Randy Alcantara. And really, isa sa mga inaasahan niya talaga to. Because this guy is one of his holdovers from the old San Juan squad that played in the MPBL.
That's right. 5 holdovers there as Clarito nagdabog nung natawagan siya ng foul. And it's hard to fight a seal when it's JJ Collado who makes the seal. As we see this tough fall away, grabe. Jonard Clarito has really extended his range over the years. So here's Hesed Gabo. That's going to be stepping out of bounds, it appears. Oh, 3-second violation. That was Michael Mabulak who was waiting for something to happen. So tied at 2 dito sa ating labanan. We expect this to be an intense battle. Alam naman natin that itong AICC Manila prior to the game against the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors had a 7-game win streak, and that was just snapped. Practically sa dulo, last 2 minutes na nalo Pasig doon.
That's right. And the high-scoring game here will favor AICC Manila. They are the top scorers of this tournament, 89 points per game. And a defensive-oriented game will favor the Knights.
Although the Knights did score 104 points the last outing, that's a different story.
Yeah, but make no mistake about it, AICC Manila is also a very solid defensive team. Coach Gerson Cabildes also puts a heavy premium on defense.
They swing the ball around now to Hesed Gabo. 8 minutes remaining dito sa ating first quarter. Gabo finding Huico, 7 on the shot clock. Huico on the penetration, rebound to Calma.
Despite being one of the more experienced teams, AICC Manila, one of the teams who like to employ a full court pressure at times during games. You wouldn't expect that coming from a veteran-laden squad. Itong M-Trans nga, bihira. I think I've never seen them do a full court press in this tournament.
They did a while ago though. Pero itong kupunan ng AICC Manila, we have a great bother there coming from Mabulak, and he gets the outlet pass. Mabulak has to reset. He's a little too deep. Pero yun nga, you mentioned about the pressure defense na ginagawa rito ng AICC Manila. That's because they have such a deep bench that they can just pull anybody out. 15 deep yan, yung bench nila.
Yeah, everybody can contribute at any time for Coach Gerson Cabildes, and this is a team that has been around each other. At least the majority of them have been around each other for so long.
Yeah.
They played in the MPBL, the Pilipinas Vismin Super Cup, winning championships in that process.
Well, they are one of the heavily favored teams dito sa ating torneo. But of course, teams like the Davao Occidental Tigers, Coco Life, even the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors, kahit na number 5 sila, that's a dangerous number 5 team.
But that's going to be a very interesting series. Pasig Santa Lucia at number 5 and Nueva Ecija at number 4.
Yeah.
Tatandaan natin that Nueva Ecija was one of the teams that pulled off an upset against the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. So they are talking about the Realtors, they are looking to get revenge against that squad who pulled off the rug against them in the elimination round.
Kumbaga sa mga fans ng Realtors, sabihin lang, nakachamba lang kayo. But that was a Michael Huico game winner, 3-pointer. Ginawa, that's going to be very interesting also how those teams match up now that James Martinez is actually starting to heat up dito sa tail end ng ating torneo, peaking at just the right time. Here's Clarito on the isolation against a smaller Michael Huico. And it appears that Clarito dribbled on the end line.
And that's why Coach Gerson Cabiltes really likes starting with Michael Wico, because Michael Wico, if hindi siya gumagana sa opensa, you will be sure that he will play tenacious defense against whoever he is guarding. And minsan, he has the job of guarding the top offensive player ng kabilang squad.
Well, alam naman natin si Michael Wico, one of the pesky guards, who did play in the PBA as well. Three-pointer missed there by Hesed Gabo. Here comes Orlan Wamar. This is actually his first touch on offense. Ito si Wamar. Paulo Hernandez getting the start today. Gets it over to Bunyag, and another 3-second violation will be called. That was J.M. Calma who was watching the passing.
And we are already almost 4 minutes into this first quarter. 2-2 pa lang ang score natin. Both teams struggling from the field here to begin this ball game.
That will be advantage San Juan if that's going to be the case, if it becomes low scoring. Wico wants to change that with his three. Wala. Christian Bunyag, one of the 5 holdovers from the MPBL. And Hesed Gabo, he knew he was going to get blocked, decided to get rid of it. Here comes Wamar. Hernandez on the penetration.
Well, that's not really the reason why Paulo Hernandez is in this game, but that's a rare inside incursion coming from the Mapua Cardinal. He is in this game to contribute from the outside.
Yeah. Well, he's one of 5 Mapua players on this squad. Here's another guy that we're going to keep an eye on, Philip Manalang, who can explode also anytime in mga games. I think Philip Manalang actually won a player of the game in one of their wins. As we see this fast break once again, you know, Paulo Hernandez just getting past Michael Wico. 10 on the shot clock now. Quick inbound to Mabulak, and that's what he's so good at. Pwesto sa ilalim, akala mo hindi tatanggap ng bola. When he gets it, he goes up immediately, and JM Calma becomes a victim.
Look at that right here. Look at that seal. JM Calma being caught in the shuffle there. And of course, the wealth of experience that Michael Mabulak has, using it to his advantage on that play.
Sipin mo kasama mo sa practice sa San Miguel, kabantayan mo sa practice sa San Miguel, Jun Fajardo lang naman. So I'm sure titibay talagang resolve mo dyan in terms of the inside. Former pro, as we mentioned, out of Jose Rizal University, but splits the free throws here. 4-3 ang ating score. Salamat sa Coco Life, our official partner here in the Phil Basket Subic Championship.
AICC Manila is just 1 of 9 from the field. Let's see if Hesed Gabo can change that on this fast break, and he does.
That was a little crafty there coming from Gabo. Nawala doon si Wamar bigla. Here's the press of AICC Manila. And a battle for the inbounds pass goes to Clarito, and he's got the advantage here. However, they will call the offensive foul on Clarito.
That's the right call. Michael Wico was able to establish his position right before Jonard Clarito went up for the attack. Let's look at that right here again. See that?
Oh, wow, that's perfect position. That's a great call by the officials and a better positional play para dito kay Michael Wico. Walang reklamo doon si Randy Alcantara. That was a correct call. Thanks to our friends of the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and the Central Luzon Regional Task Force. Less than 5 minutes remaining dito sa ating first quarter. Again, a low-scoring affair. AICC Manila 5, San Juan Knights go for gold 4. They get it out now to Ronjay Buenafe, who's seeing his first action. Nice head and shoulder fake, but he was really way off on that shot. Here's Jun Manzo also seeing his first action of the game. Drops it off to Calma. Battle for the rebound. Makukuha ngayon dito ni Ronjay Buenafe. Wico. And that will be Michael Mabulak pushing off on Clarito. Sabay turo sa atin. He wants to see the replay from our monitor. Kitang-kita naman, Michael, di ba? Oh. Diba?
He knows it.
I really don't get it why they look at us. Pag may nangyayaring call, di ba? Abi tumitingin sa atin, parang anong magagawa nating dalawa rito, di ba?
Baka kasi kaya pa natin sila i-defend sa broadcast eh. Yun ang gusto siguro.
O, sasabihin ko na lang si Michael Mabulak, napakagaling na basketball player niyan.
Of course. There is no doubt about that.
Minsan nahuhuli, pero kadalasan hindi. Ayun. Kanina nahuli.
Di ganun kadalas compared kay Jerwin Gabo.
Obvious naman yung Jerwin Gabo eh. Manzo. The defense starting to become loud para dito sa AICC Manila. Manzo gets away but can't get it to go. And Steven Siruma is in for the first time. And he will trigger the fast break ngayon. Hesed Gabo wants to slow things down, then sees an opening. Drops it inside. Bobby Balucanag against the trees. And the 6'1 Bobby Balucanag had no chance against the bigs of San Juan.
Interesting story here about Bobby Balucanag that I just learned last Saturday. He tore his MCL during the Pilipinas Vismin Super Cup, midway
Okay.
through that tournament. And their PT was diagnosing him to miss about 6 weeks. So talagang out of the tournament na talaga dapat siya.
Oo.
But so he was supposed to be operated on, syempre full tear yan. But he was able to come back in less than 2 weeks.
Anong ginawa?
Nakapaglaro pa siya sa finals ng Pilipinas Vismin Super Cup. He defied all facets of science. Strengthening lang ang ginawa niya.
Grabe yun. Ito si Ato Olar defying all facets of physics naman. Doon sa kanyang tirang palabas na dapat hinigo paloob. So Olar gives the lead to San Juan and that represents the first bench points for the Knights.
So ever since then, Bobby B hindi pa yan nagpapa-opera. Strengthening lang, he was able to pass all his clearance tests and that's why he was cleared to play.
Offensive foul will be called here. On who? Buenafe. Well, that's his first. Itong si Ronjay Buenafe. Pero yun nga, at some point, ang maganda rin dito kay Bobby Balocanag, he takes care of his body. When I started covering him about 6 years ago sa PBA D-League, yan na itsura niya. Diba? Hindi siya tumataba. And that's like all muscle right there as Larry Rodriguez sneaks one in.
It's that offense coming from the veteran.
Just to give you a sample, ito si Larry Rodriguez. Kami ni Eman, we were covering that last game where they won over Nueva Ecija by 39, and there's going to be Bobby Balocanag called for the offensive foul.
Not really sure about that call there. Bobby Balocanag looked very set on that pick.
I'm sure when we see it sa replay, the referees are gonna see na gumalaw ng konti. Pero going back to ito si Larry Rodriguez, he had 6 points in the last game. That's okay. 5 rebounds and 6 assists.
Wow.
Channeling your inner Magic Jones. Yung mga ginagawa pa niyang pass, mga one-hand touch pass pa. Mala Magic talaga. Jun Manzo!
And usually when they play through him, he initiates his offense na right away. He's not really the type of guy to pass off to his teammates when he gets it on the low block especially.
Well, ngayon, si Siruma tries to attack and the AICC Manila has missed their last 7 attempts already from the field. This is the 6-0 run being orchestrated here now by Jun Manzo and the rest of San Juan Knights. There was a steal by Chris Bitoon. Hinintay pa si Rhenz Abando. And that is a veteran move para dito kay Chris Bitoon.
Already had that layup on the right side but deciding to use that body contact.
Paglingon niyo, mahabol yung bata. Pasabitin ko kaya to.
Of course, Chris Bitoon's a lefty so he favors that left side a lot.
Yeah, Chris Bitoon, of course, started his collegiate career actually at Manuel L. Quezon University. Then eventually transferred to St. Clair. Within the NASCO rin yun. And of course, salamat sa Wilson, our official basketball. Itong ating Phil Basket Subic Championship. And he has always been known as a scorer.
Points guard, Ika.
Oh, points guard. But a very, very good one as well because this guy averages close to 6 assists a game as well. Huh?
And Chris Bitoon, also one of our ex-pros here.
Yeah.
Played in Blackwater, I believe.
So 10-7 naman itong ating score away from play. Siruma and Abando. Kanina pa si Abando nasasaktan dito sa mga matatandang to, no?
Rhenz Abando has really slimmed down so much. Ibang-iba yung katawan niya from the days when he was playing for UST. Of course, he's now with Letran but he hasn't seen action yet in the NCAA.
Yeah, but when he was in, sa high school, medyo may chunkiness din siya nung nasa NBTC siya. But you're right about him slimming down. Tandaan natin, he joined the team late because he had a medical issue that required a CAT scan. So kung alam nyo pinag-uusapan namin, alam nyo kung bakit siya hindi pinaglaro kaagad. He came in, I believe, on the 3rd or 4th game and is slowly picking up minutes. Had 11 points in their last game. In the 4th quarter na siya binabad. When he went, 3 or 4 from deep?
Yes, 3 straight.
Yeah.
Just missed his last one.
Less than 2 minutes remaining dito sa ating first quarter as Ronjay Buenafe gets his first 2.
Coach Gerson Cabiltas recognizing that San Juan is in a 2-3 zone so he pinasok niya ang gunners niya tulad nito si Ronjay Buenafe and guys like Chris Bitoon.
Here's Larry Rodriguez catch and shoot from the side. Sabi ni Taganas, anong gagawin ko dun?
That's usually money when Larry gets it at that range.
So, minute and 28 remaining sa ating first quarter. 13-9. Knights up. Bitoon badly missing on that frontal assault.
So, 2 out of 15 from the field para dito sa AICC Manila.
So, now itong si Abando wants to try Siruma for size. Abando. Despite the fact that he's a kid, he already knows what to do in situations like
Oh yeah,
that.
definitely. I mean, we've seen it a lot in the UAAP. And just imagine how much the Letran Knights will
Ay, naman.
potentially tear
Naman.
up the NCAA when it
Oo.
starts. Rhenz Abando, Franyu,
Yeah.
Ato Ular.
Yeah. And look at the experience that they're getting here also, di ba? Kaya nga nagpapasalamat si Commissioner Jai Reyes sa NCAA for allowing all of their players to participate here. We are an amateur league after all. Rhenz Abando out of La Union. So already with 2 points in this game. 2 out of 4 from the free throw line. 14-9 ang ating score. San Juan Knights go for goal. This is a scoring pace that they enjoy. Yung gato kababa, AICC Manila does not enjoy this scoring pace. Pick and roll action. Balukanag can't get it to go. And finally, somebody boxes out JR Taganas. It's Alvin Abundo.
That was quite a tough angle that Bobby Balucanag had to work with. But excellent defense by the San Juan Knights.
Uh-oh. Larry Rodriguez. But that was a tougher finish by Ato Ular.
And this guy's confidence is definitely high, especially after that last player of the game citation that he had against the Nueva Ecija best friend. Talagang nagpiesta siya sa loob nun.
Right. 7-point lead now represents the largest in the game for the Knights. 16-9.
Yung nangyayari dito between Rhenz Abando and Ron J. Buenafe.
Oh, he learned a lot from Ron J. Buenafe. Like not to bite on fakes like that.
That
Ang
time,
galing niyan. Oh.
that time, the veteran putting the youngster to school there.
Una binigyan niya ng skateboard. Tapos nung lumundag, binigyan na niya ng sakit ng katawan. Another batang NC rin itong si Ron J. Buenafe out of the Emilio Aguinaldo College Generals.
No, actually, di na siya umabot sa...
Ay, hindi na ba umabot yung,
Hindi na siya
yung EAC doon? And they're called EAC, by the way. They don't like being called AIAC.
Okay.
It's like, you want,
Really?
bakit ganon? EAC dapat kami.
EAC,
Bakit? Kung
okay.
AIAC, tawagin UST UST.
Okay, okay.
Diba? Tawagin UP
Good
UP.
point, though.
Oh, diba?
Good point, good point.
I forgot who told me. It's one of the players also who told me. Oh, EAC na sila, EAC. So from the EAC Generals, Buenafe able to get the first free throw. 13.5 seconds remaining dito sa ating first quarter.
Pero syempre, statwa to sa EAC, itong si Ron J. Buenafe.
Yeah.
What league did they play in again before the NCAA?
Before the NCAA, I believe that was the NCRAA naman sila naglaro. Because there is another EAC pero South naman, EAC South. Yun yung naglaro naman sa NCRAA South. So I believe NCRAA main sila. Sa Adrian Nocum, who we heard during the interview kanina, hindi bagay ang boses niya sa mukha niya. Laki ng boses eh.
Sobrang bata ng itsura pero sobrang mama maglaro nitong bata na to.
So here we go, final 11 seconds of the first. Jun Manzo able to get away from everybody. Manzo using the left hand again. Battle for the rebound underneath. Follow-up is good. Nocum just checked in like 5 seconds ago and he scores immediately. And that's going to do it for quarter number 1. San Juan Knights not only have a 7-point lead, but they have kept this game low scoring, which is something that's sort of a trademark for them. As Senator Jingo Estrada congratulates his boys pagdating doon sa bench. Of course, tukupunan ng San Juan Knights go for gold, got off to a pretty early start. And the struggles para naman dito sa kupunan ng AICC Manila from the field was paramount doon sa ating first quarter. But the bench started coming in. Larry Rodriguez with his sweet up and under move. And of course, at the end of the first 10 minutes of action, the Knights hold a 7-point lead, 18-11. Jay Marguilos seeing his first action here in the game as we enter the second quarter. Nitong ating huling preliminary match of the PhilBasket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life. Second quarter about to get underway in the second quarter brought to us by Grab Food. Orlan Wamar against Philip Manalang to begin this second quarter. Ato Ular now being shadowed by JR Taganas. Manzo asking now for the pick. Larry Rodriguez ginawang asintahan si Aguilos pero mali ang kanyang tira.
Look at this, Noel. What glaring stat in that first quarter. 3 out of 17 from the field itong AICC Manila. But San Juan Knights able to do well from the field. They were recovered from that slow start that they had. 8 out of 14 to finish that first quarter for 57%.
I think they will talk about this. The initial call was Manila ball and then somebody said San Juan ball and now it is Manila ball and nobody from San Juan is saying anything. Alam nila na dapat bola ng AICC Manila.
Another gunner into the ball game for Coach Gerson Cabiltes, Jonathan Oiloan, former Rain or Shine player. This guy can shoot also. Gonna help with their scoring woes.
And immediately does what you say but misses. So patuloy pa rin ang maalat na shooting para dito sa AICC Manila. Down 7. Just underway dito po sa ating second quarter. Orlan Wamar asking for the horns. Gets it out again to Larry Rodriguez. Kuya Larry with the left hand. Wala.
Lucky break there for J-Mo Eguilos.
Here's Manalang and he gets ambushed by Orlan Wamar. Who does this game mean more to? For San Juan or for AICC Manila to get that number 1 position? Sa tingin mo?
Well, whoever wins this game will go up against M-Trans Boracay de Lea, Batangas City, Tanduay Athletics.
Scary.
So it's a very dangerous team, but whoever will be winning this ball game and end up in the number 1 spot will definitely because whoever ends up at number 3 will be facing
Medical Depot with the number 1 MVP candidate in the lineup.
So I think this game heavily favors San Juan better, no?
Outlet pass ngayon. Abundo, nice fake by Adrian Nocum. And suddenly a 9-point lead para sa San Juan Knights. Go for goal, 20-11. Timeout called by Gerson Cabiltes. Let's take a look at our TikTok move of the game. It's more of the fake of the game there. Coming from Adrian Nocum, able to get his second basket of the game. We have this timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Back with us here at the Subic Bay Gym. At ito pong koponan na San Juan Knights has opened up a 9-point lead, 20-11. As we thank our friends from Coco Life, our official partner here in the Phil Basket Subic Championship. Only 11 points for the number 1 scoring team in the league so far, Javi.
That's right. 89 points per game nga itong AICC Manila. It's so far they haven't been really doing well from the field. Until now, they have been struggling. The defense of the San Juan Knights really holding their ground here early on, and Ato Ular scoring on that putback attempt.
And the guy who missed earlier is Michael Mabulak, who doesn't usually miss that kind of a shot.
Well, aside from being one of the top guys sa MVP ladder natin, also one of the guys who's leading the league in field goal percentage.
And that is another miss there. 22-11 ang ating score. Abundo transition 3. Battle for the rebound. Makuha naman ni Aguilos. Here comes Hesed Gabo. Tries to drop it over to Mabula. Calma read that perfectly. Into the front court. Wamar. Ular. And Calma gets the offensive rebound. Alvin Abundo will reset now. 9 on the shot clock. Nocum asking for the pick. Adrian Nocum with a running hook shot. Michael Mabulak, siya na nagbaba ng bola ngayon. 7:19 to play here in the second. Mabulak immediately posting up Ato Ular. Tries to squeeze in. And that's the smart thing that he did. Hindi nga sila nakakashoot sa field goals. Punta muna tayo sa free throw line. Reset everything.
They've gone to the line 6 times in this game, missing only 1. It's a big reason why they're only down by 11 points.
Christian Bunyag will return to the game. And these free throws brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Phil Basket Subic Championship. Mabulak, his second trip to the free throw line ito.
And going back to my point earlier that San Juan matches up better with M-Trans is because they are the younger team and they can force M-Trans to play helter-skelter basketball. They will use their youth to tire out itong squad ng M-Trans. And Medical Depot going up against AICC. AICC is a very deep team and Medical Depot only plays a very short rotation.
Yeah.
So magbabago na talaga ang mga key players ni Coach Aldrin Morante that will favor AICC Manila because they are, as you said, 15 deep.
Well, let's see if that matchup happens, of course. Bunyag, high archer, wala. And there's going to be a foul called on the blue shirts.
Because if you're AICC, you don't really want to go up against a very experienced team right in the first game of the playoffs.
But again, AICC seems to be favored over everybody that they face because of the way they've torn up the opposition so far dito sa ating torneo. They lost in double overtime. Oh, sorry, double overtime by sa Davao. One overtime lang yun, eh? One overtime against Davao. And then they lost a the surprise loss is really Pasig Santa Lucia. I mean, they had control of that game. Pasig Santa Lucia was down by as much as 9 points already at one point in the second half. But then they came back. Resilience, you have to give it to Coach Bong de la Cruz and his boys. They were very resilient in that game. Pero todo na ng, todo na ng Pasig yun.
That's right. And the bench was really a huge factor for them in that game. Talking about the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. Who would have thought Tyrone Chan would be the one to knock down those clutch baskets in the end game to seal that victory for Pasig?
Yung sinasawag ng mga magic bunot talaga. Here's Mabulak. Finally, a field goal for AICC Manila.
And he is taking it upon himself to carry his team on his shoulders now that they are struggling against the San Juan Knights team.
4 straight points now for Michael Mabulak. Ito na yung pressure na pinapakita rito. Ito ko po na ng AICC Manila easily broken. Here comes Christian Bunyag and he is going to be called for steps. This guy's a project pa rin, ano? He's one of the 5 holdovers from the San Juan Knights Go for Gold, but he's still a project.
Oh yeah, but he has played well as of late for Coach Randy Alcantara, and that's the reason why he's getting a lot of minutes in these past few matches.
Well, he's now turned himself into a legitimate rim protector, which is more than JM Calma, kasi JM Calma is more of a rebounder than a rim protector. As we thank our friends from the Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and the Central Luzon Regional Task Force.
But what a combination it is to have Bunyag and Calma on the defensive end, and sometimes you throw in Ato Olar there.
Yeah.
Long arms, and these kids aren't small, they are tall also.
Well, Gabo missing from the outside. At only 1 field goal so far here para sa koponan ng AICC Manila, but their defense is starting to pay dividends. 3-on-1 going the other way. And Mabulak is met at the rim by Adrian Nocum. And Nocum not happy about being called for a foul.
Well, no question about that call by our referees. As you see here, Hesed Gabo leading the break, passing it off to Philip Manalang, who leads it for Michael Mabulak, who was clipped on the arm, that wrist area, by Adrian Nocum.
And Nocum sort of negated the height advantage that Michael Mabulak had. As Chris Bitoon checks back in, papalitan naman ito si Philip Manalang. So ito ngayon, si Michael Mabulak has scored their last 4 points. Make that 5 in a row now for Michael Mabulak. 3 free throws and a field goal.
So 6 points for the former JRU Heavy Bomber. Going for point number 7.
Short on that one, a free thrower violation ensues as well. As we move into this timeout called by Randy Alcantara. Unti-unti na nakakabangon itong AICC Manila, but it is still the San Juan Knights Go for Gold, enjoying a 6-point lead. Timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters. 5 minutes and 30 seconds na lang po natitira dito sa ating first half of action. 22-16, San Juan Knights go for gold. Abante ng 6 kontra sa AICC Manila. In the final game of the elimination round or the preliminary phase, whatever you want to call it, this is game number 55 of day number 19. Tagal na natin dito, Javi.
Day number 19 pa lang ba?
Day number 19 of the competition, but we were here 4 days prior too. So it's been quite a blast here in the filled basket Subic bubble. As John Clarito jacks it up from deep and he gets the three-pointer to drop. If I'm not mistaken, that's our first three-pointer of the game.
Yep, that's right. That is their first three-pointer of the game. They hoisted one up early in the first quarter, but missed their solitary attempt. And that's also John Clarito's first basket ever since making that opener during the first quarter.
Yeah, he had 4 straight points in the first quarter. Knights up once again by 9. Calma. Oh, couldn't get it to drop. Sorry, missed there for JM Calma. Here's the outlet. Wico has to save it. Wow, great presence of mind. Oh, hold on. Oh, I thought that one just went straight out of bounds. They say when Wico saved it, it went back to him. Not sure about that call. It looked like it hit the ground first.
That's right. Not really sure about that. Let's look at it right here.
Yeah, from this angle, I don't know if we can see it though. No, we won't be able to see it there. Supposedly from the other angle.
From my vantage point, he was able to pass it off on a San Juan Knights player. Tumama nga sa kanya, but he was already outside.
Yeah, at saka tumama muna yung bola sa sahig bago tumama kay Wico. So, referees might have missed that one. Nocum gets it inside. Fake now by Gamboa's in for the first time, and a steal by Bitoon. Bitoon now leading a 4-on-4. Bitoon. And that one is touched by one of the white shirts.
Not really sure about that play by Chris Bitoon. He had Hesed Gabo on the right corner.
Oh, nobody touched it. All right.
That's already the 8th turnover by AICC Manila in this game. But San Juan also having the same number.
But again, you're right about the decision-making of Chris Bitoon. That was a 4-on-4. Somebody might have been trailing him. Manzo squeezes that one in. It is now an 11-point lead for the San Juan Knights go for gold.
It has been a field day so far in the interior for San Juan, and that's very surprising against this hefty front line that AICC has. 12 points in the paint na po ang San Juan Knights. We are 350. We are at the 350 mark of the second quarter.
Calma called for going over the back. How about this fantastic move again for Jun Manzo? And I was telling you, over the past 2 or 3 games, Manzo has really found his groove.
Oh yeah, and that's very important for Coach Randy Alcantara because he has been relying heavily on Alvin Abundo and Orlan Wamar to do not just the playmaking chores, but also the scoring para dito sa San Juan Knights. And the emergence of the play of Jun Manzo will definitely help them going into the quarterfinals.
Nobody left to guard Wico. At sabi ni Larry Rodriguez, kaninong tao yon? So that's another rare field goal for AICC Manila here in the second quarter. Here's Manzo. Now picked up by Bitoon. Lipat sa kaliwa ngayon to Nocum. 7 seconds to shoot. Nocum. Larry Rodriguez, baseline J.
All he needs is a little daylight.
And the veteran delivers once again. It is now an 11-point lead. Anu para dito sa kumpunan ng San Juan Knights go for gold. 29-18. Coming up on 3 minutes remaining. Here in the second. Siruma lost the ball. Or make that Bringas lost the ball. And here comes Jun Manzo. I'm still trying to figure out kung ano yung shoes dito ni Mark Bringas. Sabi ng mga shoes experts natin, di rin nila alam.
It looks like a Paul George low.
Sabi
But
nila,
I'm not really sure if merong Paul George low.
sabi nila it's a generic Nike. I'm not sure if na hindi daw signature series, as we have a player down, Clarito, holding on to his neck.
This is actually Adrian Nocum.
Or is it Adrian Nocum? Yeah. Yeah, Clarito's the one who's hovering above him. You're right, Adrian Nocum was holding on to his neck, and that's actually illegal use of the arms. I'm not sure that was even hard.
That was an Oscar-winning performance there by Adrian Nocum.
Just an offensive foul.
Not much force there. Just so happened, mas maliit lang talaga si Adrian Nocum kay JJ Collado.
So Collado takes a seat. Somebody bigger than him actually checks in. JR Taganas. 29-18. Rodriguez spots a great cut coming from Adrian Nocum. And the lead is now 13 for San Juan. 31-18.
No communication coming from the baseline area of that zone by AICC Manila. Michael Wico and Shaq Taganas left dumbfounded.
Here's Bringas, and he will get to the free throw line.
Well, that's something that we haven't seen Tonton Bringas do in a while. Put the ball on the floor and attack the rim. He usually settles for that 18-20 footer.
And he does have the body to create some space inside if he needs it. So iba po yung RV Bringas sa Mark Anthony Bringas. Pero they played together before.
And they are brothers.
Yeah, they are brothers, yeah. Magkaiba lang sila. Some people get them mixed up eh.
Oo nga. But they did play for FEU for a time. Nagkasabay
Yeah,
sila.
kasabay sila.
Boy, what a team that they had when they were in high school. That
Yeah.
that San Sebastian squad.
Here's Gamboa trying to squeeze in between two wide guys. And he was able to draw a foul from JR Taganas. Let's take a look at our grab food delivery of the game. Nobody marking Adrian Nocum. And sabi ni Larry Rodriguez, I will channel my inner Magic Johnson again.
Well, that was Michael Wico forgetting that Adrian Nocum was in his area. Not able to tell Shaq Taganas na may cutter na dun sa baseline.
I'm not sure if Taganas would have been able to respond quick enough though.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick cut by Adrian Nocum, seeing that the defenders were not paying attention to him.
Here's Randy Alcantara, who also played for the San Juan Knights when he was still an active professional player in the Metropolitan Basketball Association. Ron J. Buenafe comes back in para palitan to si Michael Wico. Here's Jonathan Uiloan. Less than 2 minutes remaining dito sa ating second quarter. Nahanap si Shaq, and Shaq puts it on the floor but can't get it to go. Baby Shaq pala, Baby Shaq.
Baby pa ba yan?
He's in his 30s. Still looks like a baby. Pwede pa rin. May isa pang Baby Shaq na naglalaro sa PBA. Pangalan nun, JR Kinyahan. Hindi na siya Shaq. Manipis na yon.
Still remember his days playing for Granny Goose in the PBL.
Tama ka, tama ka. I actually remember to see JR Taganas from his days from San Beda and his days with the RP Youth team of 2004.
That was quite a squad. Jason Castro, James Martinez.
Nandun, Jason Castro, James Martinez, Dylan Ababu was also part of that lineup. Ogie Menor. Ito nga si Shaq Taganas is also there. Kevin Astorga, who eventually played for the University of the Philippines. And Randy Alcantara is livid.
Kanina po ito nagigirian. Ito si Ron J. Buenafe and Rhenz Abando. But Ron J. Buenafe has so far gotten the best out of that matchup. Always able to draw the foul against the former UST Tiger.
At yan, nag-explain yung referee natin kay Coach Randy, kay Yong na lang pumunta. Because they're still wondering how to adjust to the fouls. And Rhenz Abando is already saying, okay, I know, I figured it out. But the coaches are still, of course, protecting their player.
And they continue their success from the free throw line. 11 out of 13 from the 15-foot parallel itong AICC Manila.
That's a lot more free throws than San Juan is attempting for sure.
And that's a lot more field goals that they have made. Only 5 makes from the field itong AICC Manila out of 31 attempts.
For the game?
For the game.
Grabe. That's what you call stellar defense. Para dito sa koponan ng San Juan Knights go for gold. 1 minute and 20 remaining in the first half. Lead is 10 now for the Knights. 32-22, highest at 13. Offensive foul called. And we're going to have a timeout called by Jerson Cabiltes. They are trying to get as close as they can. Wag lang sila magpapaiwan. But the, yun nga, makikita natin the last play there.
That's great anticipation.
And we're going to have this timeout. We will step away for just a bit. Timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters.
greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
One minute and 12 seconds na lang po natitira dito sa ating second quarter. The San Juan Knights go for gold, are leading by 10 in a low-scoring game. Those two things I just mentioned favor San Juan all the way.
Definitely.
32-22, yeah. Whoa. That was quick. Offensive foul on Buenafe, who just decides to walk away from the official.
And I'm sure Coach Gerson is very, very frustrated, but because that is coming off a timeout.
Yeah. Again, they're calling it consistently on both ends, except probably for those out-of-bounds plays na nakita natin kanina.
But the fouls have been consistent.
Here's Gamboa getting the sidestep but missed the layup. Outlet pass kayo ni Taganas, read well by Abando. Here's Orlan Wamar. They get it to Manzo all day, but Manzo will miss. And Rodriguez will touch it last.
The top line of that AICC zone has made it very easy for the guards and wing players of San Juan to drive inside, hence those inside opportunities. Kaya nahihirapan yung interior defense ng AICC Manila to stop them because these guys are very athletic and can finish at the rim.
Banggana naman to si Abando at saka si Buenafe. Bring us from the outside. Taganas for the rebound. And there goes Baby Shack, but he overshoots the reverse. One of the leading shooters in the league yan, si Taganas.
Oh, yeah. But he hasn't been able to make a basket yet in this ball game.
Last shot could belong to San Juan. Wamar gets it out. Larry Rodriguez behind the back dribble but lost the ball. Bitoon has it. 2 seconds. 1 second. Bitoon at the buzzer. That would have counted if it had gone. And it is 32 to 22 at the end of the first 20 minutes of action. A 10-point lead for the San Juan Knights. Go for gold. Stay with us. We have halftime interviews with Hesed Gabo and Ron J. Buenafe sa aming pong pagbabalik.
For Phil Basket, in my opinion, I think very competitive yung liga. It's good for the basketball community and syempre para sa mga nanonood. Masaya naman kasi we're able to play the game that we love. Yung relationship naman ng team na chemistry-wise, on and off the court, magkakilala naman na kami. And yung mga veterans namin, yung mga pinaka nagle-lead talaga sa amin, sila Kuya Ron J, si Kuya Jonathan, sila Kuya J, yan, sila Kuya Mark. Si Coach Gerson talagang minimake sure niya na one page yung buong team, which is to get the championship. Siyempre si Kuya Jeff, medyo ano pa lang ako, nakikita ko na siya maglaro and it's very challenging to defend him. He's very shifty, he's very skilled, and galing siya eh. So, ayun.
Iba yung pakiramdam kasi finally meron ulit kabalik ulit yung basketball sa Philippines. So, we're very excited na malaro. And then, syempre, masayang-masaya. The composition of the team is so special kasi we are mixed ng veterans and youth. So, maganda yung combination ng team. So, the veterans provide experience for the younger guys, and the younger guys provide yung mga ginagawa ng mga bata, which is run.
Nagpapasalamat po kami sa bumubuo ng buong AICC Manila, kila Boss Alvin Almeria,
kay Boss Gabo Almeria, and the whole Almeria family. Maraming salamat po. Siyempre binabati ko yung family ko, yung wife ko, si Lucy, yung mga anak ko, si Cheska, si Tintin, and si Bella, parents ko, si Daddy Jojo, si Mami Judith, yung brothers and sisters ko sa Dubai, yung mga tita ko, Tita Susan, Tita Angie, Tita Abel, Tita Kokoy, Tito Joel, at saka sa lahat ng mga, syempre, yung lolo at lola ko, si Mami Oma, tsaka si Daddy Tony. Yan, tsaka syempre binabati ko rin yung mga supporters ng AICC. Maraming salamat sa suporta nyo. And binabati ko rin si Mr. Paul De La Fuente ng Fin Cotton. Shoutout sa iyo, bro.
Nagpapasalamat din pala kami kila Mayor Isko Moreno, kila Doc Willie Ong. At nagpapasalamat ako sa family ko, sa mga relatives ko, sa Perez Gabo clan, sa Negros Occidental, at sa Puyo, Palawan. Yung mami ko, yung papa ko, yung kapatid ko, si Liway, anak ko, si Stella, pamangkin ko, si Sky, si Ina, si AVP, at ang buong third floor kay Joe Vargas, kay Joseph Eriobu, kay Coach J, Coach J Skills, Jerome Ortega, sa mga kababata ko sa NGO, sa mga barkada ko sa Gloria Force, sa mga batchmates ko sa Angelicum at sa St. Vincent, at kay Boss Jun Red, at kay Sir Eric Velasco, at sa staff ng UMAC, si Coach Viz, Coach Pro, Coach GP, Coach Dale, at yun lang po.
32-22 at the half. The San Juan Knights go for gold, enjoying a 10-point lead against AICC Manila, which has been struggling to hit from the outside, Javi.
And Larry Rodriguez, one of the guys leading the way para dito sa San Juan Knights. Their bench has been the key factor here. 3 players from the bench scoring at least 6 points para dito sa San Juan Knights. And look at that outlet pass. Adrian Nocum, one of those guys with 6 points off the bench para dito kay Coach Randy Alcantara. But Michael Mabulak has been the steadying force so far for AICC Manila. One of the big reasons why they're only down by just 10 despite shooting 5 out of 34 from the field. Itong si Jun Manzo also helping the cause ng San Juan Knights, erecting this 10-point lead. And you see one of those jumpers that Larry Rodriguez, how many times have we seen that?
Well, how many times are we going to look at these numbers against AICC Manila? Probably not a lot, with our halftime stats brought to us by TM Easy Surf 99.
The pace really favoring San Juan Knights right now. Low-scoring ball game, and they have been very successful, only limiting AICC, again, the top scoring team of this tournament, to 89 points per game. Only 5 out of 34
Grabe.
from the field. How often do you see this, especially coming from a very experienced squad like AICC? But their free throws have kept them in the game. Michael Mabulak shooting a lot of those, but the bench again really playing a big factor here para sa San Juan Knights. Guys like Ato Olar, Adrian Nocum, and Larry Rodriguez coming off the bench to give them the spark that they needed, therefore having this 10-point lead at the half.
And let's take a look at our leading scorers naman. Hatid sa atin ng Grab Food.
As I said earlier, Adrian Nocum, Larry Rodriguez, and Ato Olar with 6 apiece to lead San Juan Knights, and Jonard Clarito, the lone starter on that ladder with 5. Sa panig naman ng AICC, Ron J. Buenafe and Michael Mabulak with 6 also. But Chris Bitoon and Anthony Bringas ang sumusunod na dyan. 2 points lamang para dito sa dalawang player ng AICC Manila. So they will definitely have to pick up the pace and flip the switch dito sa second half if they are to come out on top in this ball game.
Yeah, no Michael Wico up there, no Hesed Gabo, no other people trying to help out dito sa pagdating sa offensa. That could all change here in the second half as we have our leading scores nga brought to us by Grab Food. Tandaan po natin, ang mangyayari dito, the winner will get the number 1 seed in the quarterfinals and enjoy a twice-to-beat advantage over the number 8 seeded M-Trans Boracay de la Ia, Batangas City, Tanduay Athletics. That's a team that's kind of dangerous, especially the way Jeff Viernes has been playing. And now that they have Fran Yu back, parang nakakatakot kalabanin yan sa isang maikling series.
That's right, and but they will have the advantage. That M-Trans team will have to beat them twice in a row to advance or knockout semifinals. But I did say earlier in this coverage that it will be tough for whoever team will go up against M-Trans, because as we said, they are very dangerous at this point, especially they are coming off a loss earlier today.
Yeah.
An upset by the Nueva Ecija best friend, though they will definitely be looking to bounce back, especially a veteran squad like that. Ang daming pride ng mga players niyan. And I'm sure their pride was very hurt when they got that upset earlier against Nueva Ecija.
Of course, the loser will get to the number 3 position where they will take on and have a twice-to-beat advantage pa rin over Medical Depot, which has a Patrick Cabahug who is starting to heat up, and the number 1 MVP contender in Simon Camacho.
That's right. Patrick Cabahug, after scoring 31 points, struggled nung next 2 games niya, but was able to find his range once again, scoring 31 once again in their last game before this quarterfinals will begin.
Simula na po nito ating third quarter, brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Phil Basket Subic Championship, and an early foul. Ato Ular caught holding kontra rito kay Michael Mabulak. That's one way, of course, that AICC can get back into contention here, is just to get to the free throw line. 10 lang naman tong abanting to. This is nothing to AICC once they get their guns going.
That's right, and we've seen AICC come back from larger deficits in this tournament.
Oh! Hold on, here we go. JJ Collado knocks down a 3 and biglang may full court press na pinapakita rito. Great press break there by San Juan. Ato Ular from 17. What a confident stroke.
And he usually hesitates to hit that shot, but right there on the catch, walang hesitation. Go up agad for the shot.
Lead is 9 now for the Knights, 34-25. Here's the post option now for Michael Mabulak, and he is gonna draw another one on Ato Ular. Napaka-crafty talaga nito si Michael Mabulak. But first, let's take a look at this. No hesitation. Umaangat na si Orlan Wamar eh. Bigla tinira niya. So parang no, yes.
Catch and shoot there. But on that defensive possession, Ato Olar giving the baseline to Michael Mabulak in a slight hesitation. And Michael Mabulak hit that baseline there for drawing the foul on Ato Olar.
Yun nga lang, Michael Mabulak's consistency at the line is starting to wane. He is the #1 free throw shooter so far dito sa ating laban. And I think his teammates can take a cue from what he's been doing. We've seen Ronjay Buenafe get to the free throw line. Maybe JJ Collado can also join.
Well, they can obviously use their experience here and use the calls to their advantage. And also that's one way to get their confidence going, to see the ball go through the hoop.
Yeah. So Gabo will be called for his first dito.
They do have the bigger guards as well, so
Yeah.
they have that option to post up their guards on the low block.
Here's Rodriguez getting a start here. Backdoor cut. Jonard Clarito too strong. Another rebound from Mabulak. Here comes Gabo into the front court. Just over a minute gone by the starting third quarter. Pass inside is dangerous and lost by Mabulak from Uiluan.
Oh, you rarely see Jonathan Oiloan pass up a shot like that when he's that open.
34-26 ang ating score. 8 ang abante rito. Nitong kupunan na San Juan Knights go for gold. Salamat sa Subic Bay Metropolitan Authority and the Central Luzon Regional Task Force for all your help here in our Phil Basket Subic Bubble. 9 on the shot clock ngayon para kay Alvin Abundo. Gets it to Ato Olar. Releases again. And this time he will miss. Rebound picked up here by Philip Manalang into the front court.
Now, look at that transition defense by San Juan.
Wamar to Rodriguez.
And talking about transition defense, nobody really home for AICC Manila to stop that layup by Larry Rodriguez.
Back to a 10-point lead now for the Knights, 36-26. Mabulak, the offense starts with him. Collado for 3. Second 3 of the game for JJ Collado.
And the second 3 of the entire ball game for AICC Manila.
Yeah. Coming
Second
from their
in 13
center.
tries.
Yeah, but it's coming from their center though. Lead down to 7. Wamar looking for the Ular pick. Ular open again from 17. And they're starting to give him that shot. And we're going to have a touchdown here. Oh, that's going to be goaltending against Ato Ular. So JJ Collado erupting for 8 points here in the third. Let's see it one more time, Abby. Wala ng dribble. And that was really off the glass.
Excellent outlet pass there by Michael Mabulak.
Yeah.
That's just a great arm.
So the lead is down to 5. Ganun-ganun lang. His lead was largest at 12. Clarito. And Uiluan found himself in a pickle that time. Paano niya pipigilan na mas malaki sa kanya na si Jonard Clarito.
It was only a matter of time before that referee blew that whistle. He actually got away with those holds earlier in that seal, but eventually when he went up for the shot, napituhan na siya dun.
Jonard Clarito wearing that bandage over his neck and shoulder as the free throws are brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Phil Basket Subic Championship. Remember, late in the game, kontra sa Nueva Ecija best friend, he did have a collision. At mukhang yan ang rason kung ba't may tape siya doon, but doesn't seem to affect him. He knocks down 2 free throws. Senator Jingoy Estrada in attendance here as well. Always the inspirational leader of his team.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So 38-31 ang ating score. Long 3, Gabo, and he joins the party.
AICC now starting to find their range from the outside. Titingnan natin kung tuloy-tuloy na nga ba ito.
Abundo in a foot race now against Gabo. Ambush coming, naiwas ni Alvin Abundo. Backdoor cut, stolen this time by Manalang. Into the front court ngayon, Hesed Gabo. Iiwan pa para dito kay Mabulak.
And this is the game that AICC wants to play. Up-tempo basketball, getting easy baskets in transition.
Orlan Wamar has been quiet today. His lead is chopped down to just 2 points.
8 unanswered points by AICC Manila.
And JJ Collado saying, that's not my fault, that's the fault of my girth. He knows I'm going to poke fun at him every now and then, but take a look at this transition para dito. Ang hirap pigilan because everybody's running para sa AICC Manila.
And that time, they caught the transition defense of San Juan Knights off guard. Usually, mabilis bumaba itong depensa ng San Juan. But really, the guards of AICC so much quicker.
Wamar has not really looked for his offense today. Still missing that time. Battle for the rebound. Wamar out of nowhere gets it. Larry Rodriguez has it poked away. And another fast break para dito sa kupunan ng AICC Manila. Uylawan finding Mabulang again.
Picture perfect fast break right there for AICC Manila. 2-on-1 break, pass to me, pass to you, back to you, and I score the basketball. Michael Mabulak able to finish on the break.
And this is our grab food delivery of the game. Uylawan remaining unselfish. The 2X pros conniving for that last field goal. 10 unanswered points para dito sa AICC Manila. We have a timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Suddenly, we have a tied game. Noong first half, lamang po ng 12 itong kupunan ng San Juan Knights go for goal. They had a 10-point lead at the half, 32-22. So we are now in the middle of what is this? A 16-6 run.
And Jonathan Oyloan getting caught again with a foul there. He's playing defense with his hands kasi, and our referees will not hesitate to blow the whistle right there.
Olar, they want to go to a high-low. They can't find Rodriguez. Adrian Nocum now. Shot clock at 10. Very noisy defense being played here by AICC Manila. Another miss by Orlan Wamar.
Orlan Wamar still scoreless in this ball game.
Gabo finding Manalang, thinking three, taking three, but he will miss.
All right there, Orlan Wamar daring Philip Manalang to make that three-point shot.
Wamar finding Nocum. They find Larry. Top of the key jumper is good.
He hasn't missed a lot in this ball game. Talking about Larry Rodriguez, and they have been giving them that shot.
Mamaya-maya, Larry Bird na tawag natin sa kanya because of the way he's been hitting from the outside. So the lead goes back to the Knights, 40-38. Mabulak gets the baseline, and he is hammered by Larry Rodriguez as we thank our friends from Coco Life, our official partner here in the Phil Basket Subic Championship.
And Michael Mabulak still continuing to draw fouls from the bigs of the San Juan Knights.
Talagang minamamana ni Michael Mabulak dito. I mean, this guy is what, 6'2", 6'3"?
This will be his 9th and 10th attempt from the free throw line.
There you go, 11 points, 6 rebounds in the game. And again, the consistency of Michael Mabulak. He's not been very consistent at the free throw line. He's been getting there, but making the free throws is a different story.
Now 5 out of 9.
Good on the second, 60% shooting from the free throw line para dito kay Michael Mabulak. Michael Wico will return for Philip Manalang, and here is Baby Shaq Taganas back in, along with Ron J. Buenafe. So fresh legs to continue the pressure para kay Jerson Gabiltes. How about that near steal by Taganas? Manzo asking for the pick. Still working the left side. Nocum, 7 on the shot clock. Nocum spins, puts it up. No. Battle for the rebound. Baby Shaq against everybody. Outlet pass bigla. Papunta kay Michael Mabulak. And swerte na lang ng San Juan that they had people there in the area. That's the play he used to run with James Martinez nung naglalaro pa sila sa AMA Computer College in the PBA D-League. And so you don't wonder why James scored 60 points in one game. Here's Ronjay. Turnaround. Oh, then Baby Shaq gets hit. 4th team foul. They're not yet in the penalty. Number 4 on Calma. Now, that's a development for Randy Alcantara.
And that's why Christian Bunyag back into the ball game here. So that depletes the frontline rotation so far para dito kay Coach Randy Alcantara.
So Taganas was actually in the act of shooting when he got hit. Free throws have never really been the strong suit of J.R. Taganas. And these free throws brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Phil Basket Subic Championship.
Well, he had a chance to get the lead there, or to tie the ball game at least.
Well, he can't tie it now.
And he does.
Mabulak's going to take a well-deserved rest. Kayod siya ng kayod. So it's now going to be up to Egilos at itong si Taganas to continue the hard work. But the pressure is still on for AICC Manila. Nice pick there by Ular to free up Jun Manzo to get it across. Pick and roll action. Ular lost the ball. Bunya got the right place at the right time but can't get it to go. And these are rare free throws for the San Juan Knights go for gold.
That's right. Only 8 free throws in the ball game para dito sa San Juan Knights. That time J.R. Taganas caught Christian Bunyag on the neck area.
6'7" Christian Bunyag. One of the 5 holdovers, as you mentioned, Javi. Dito sa San Juan Knights go for gold. So that's him, Orlan Wamar. Itong si Joseph Ubalde, one of the locals na nakuha nila. Itong si Jonard Clarito and Larry Rodriguez. Those are the 5 holdovers. Split at the line. 41-40. San Juan's lead is just 1. Egilos posting up against the younger Christian Bunyag, and Jamo Egilos gives the lead to AICC Manila.
And that's just experience for you. Jamo Egilos one-on-one at the post para dito sa AICC Manila, taking advantage, driving middle, and sinking the hook shot.
Abundo in and out on the 3. Battle for the loose ball. Abundo retrieves it. Gets it over to Gamboa. Extra pass now to Nocum. Gamboa bobbles. Could have attacked the baseline. Shot clock at 5. Gamboa to Abundo. And he's open for 3. That's still short. Abundo tracks it down and lost the ball. Foul on Alvin Abundo. And more free throws coming up this time for Michael Wico. Twice na yan. Si Abundo was looking at the rim before he caught the ball. And coming off of that, yan nga, nakatingin na siya sa ring, wala pa sa kanyang bola. Lost it. Wico recovered and he had to foul him. So Abundo will take a breather ngayon as Paulo Hernandez comes back in. Si Michael Wico nga pala, may mga pinapabati rito, Javi. Si Christine, sino ba to? Christine Alel ba to? Azel. Christine Azel Zablan Kiambao. Pati na rin si O'Neil Tolentino. Pinabati kayo ni Michael Wico. Tinaw natin na sa free throw line siya para mas mahaba yung TV time, di ba? Lead is 4 for AICC Manila. They had their 7-game winning streak snapped and the last outing, hoping to bounce back and get a victory before the playoffs begin. And should AICC do that, they will be the #1 team into the playoffs. In the meantime, offensive foul called as Hernandez pushed off against Wico. Oh, they're going to call it on Bunyag now, extending his behind.
So this is the first lead of AICC Manila in this game.
Actually, in the first quarter, they had a small lead, but that's it. There's been 4 lead changes in this game. This would be the 5th lead change. But that all happened in the first quarter. Wico. Free throws coming up for the former San Sebastian Stag.
Good strong drive there by Michael Wico. Recognized that the right side was very much open.
Rhenz Abando will return and look at who's going to be guarding him again.
Not a lot of love lost between these two players.
Yung role naman ni Ron J. Buenape sa buhay ni Michael Wico, ni Rhenz Abando ngayon, is turuan siyang maging tough. Di ba? I mean, you gotta learn the hard way, no? This is a kid. As Wico knocks down 2. Matagal lang napako sa 41 itong San Juan, ha? Five-point lead now for AICC Manila. Manzo escapes.
That's the second time he's done that in this game. That sidestep move to evade the defense.
Buenafe wants to get it to Egilos. And a foul. Oh, traveling will be called on Jamo Egilos. Shifted his pivot foot. See this one more time. The pick doesn't have to be solid for Jun Manzo to get away, you know?
Really a very crafty player. His former UP Fighting Maroon.
Bunyag open baseline. He'll come up empty and look at JR Taganas clear everybody out.
What a tall order it is for Arvin Gamboa to box out Shaq Taganas.
Wico. Fishing expedition all the way. Yung pinakita niya yung bola eh. Number 4 on Abando. This is the first time he's picked up 4 fouls this tournament.
So that's the second guy now in foul trouble para dito kay Coach Randy Alcantara. Ato Ular went to the bench with 4 as well. Oh, sorry, that was JM Calma.
Yeah. And we're gonna have John Orbeta come in. I believe this is for Rhenz Abando. Ngayon lang gagamitin ito si John Orbeta. And it has been the free throws talaga. You pointed this out, having the free throws keeping them in the game, and it's now the free throws that is keeping them in the lead. Although Michael Wico missed the first. I will not talk again.
Di ko na nga pinoint out eh.
Ikaw nga nag-point out, inulit ko lang.
Di ko na nga pinoint out na nagsasalita ka pa.
Tumatawa ko, pwede yun. 47-43. Approaching the final 2 minutes of the third. It was a 32-22 lead para sa San Juan Knights go for gold at the end of the first half. They're now down by 4. Here is a three-pointer. Orlan Wamar finally connects on his first field goal.
That is his first made field goal in 3 attempts. Wow, just 3 attempts?
Yes.
So far in this game for Orlan Wamar, not really the type of numbers you would see coming from the former CE Scorpion.
Offensive foul called. Is it on Ronjay? Ronjay is now asking for a seminar. That's number 3 on Buenafe.
Look at this, Noel. AICC has made more free throws than field goals in this game.
That's interesting. As Gamboa missed point blank out of bounds to AICC Manila.
12 made field goals compared to their 20 made free throws.
That is an interesting number. Same way that Pasig Santa Lucia had more 3-point makes
attempts
than 2-point attempts. In the game prior to this, where they just blew out the Muntinlupa defenders. Wico, hang time, yes! That's a ridiculous move by Michael Wico.
That's now 9 points in the ball game for the former San Sebastian Stag.
49-46. AICC has scored more points in this third quarter than they had the entire first half.
That's really not the cup of tea nito si Paulo Hernandez trying to post up Chris Bitoon.
Here's Bitoon. Nice fake there by Buenafe. And he gets it to go, plus the foul.
And the fishing expedition continues for AICC Manila. Look at that.
Ganda ng fake. And again, Paulo Hernandez not known for his defense. Ronche Buenafe staying with it. 3-man sub para dito sa San Juan Knights go for gold. Bunyag out, Rodriguez in, papasok na rin si Clarito, papasok na rin itong si Nocum.
All these 3 guys really anchored their offense in the first half, but so far haven't really performed well in this second half.
Buenafe completes. Aguilas takes a seat. Bobby B is back in. 37.7 remaining in the third. San Juan Knights go for gold. Stuck at 46 points, and that one goes out of bounds. They have only scored 14 points in this third quarter. Etong kupunan naman ng San Juan Knights, or make that AICC Manila, already 30 points in this third quarter. We still have time remaining. Rodriguez on the miss. And looks like Baby Shack will be called. Number 3 on Taganas.
But this opportunity, of course, was made possible by that drive by Larry Rodriguez. Seeing that he was able to hit those jumpers from the outside, of course, JR Taganas would commit to that ball fake. Let him drive inside, and that offensive rebound by Jonard Clarito.
Clarito out of De Ocampo Memorial College, coached, of course, by Nueva Ecija. Head coach Toto Duhilio missing 2 free throws here. Shot clock is off. Chris Bitoon, they have a chance for the final say. 30-point third quarter, pwede pa nilang dagdagan. Bitoon now uses the Balucanag pick. Turns the corner, 4 seconds. Wico attacks, Wico gets through! 32 points in the third quarter after scoring only 22 points in the first half. It is now an 8-point lead, which is the largest in the game for AICC Manila over the San Juan Knights. Go for gold. Jesse James Collado bringing out his pistols and scoring 8 points in that third quarter to get the run going. Pero yun na nga, si Jun Manzo was able to answer. J-Mo Aguilas finally gave them the lead with that running hook shot. And we will be back for the fourth quarter. Stay with us here on the Phil Basket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
Fourth quarter brought to us by Coco Life. Alam mo ba pala kung sino yung hottest team in the league right now? Who has the longest winning streak? San Juan Knights go for gold, 3 in a row, going for 4 in a row. 32-14 third quarter. And wala pa ring sagot dito ang San Juan Knights go for gold.
And that was anchored by an 83.3% clip from the field. 10 out of 12 was AICC Manila in that third quarter. They were 9 out of 13 from the free throw line, while holding San Juan Knights to just 5 out of 17 from the field. That's 29.4%.
Michael Wico now with 13 in the game after a slow start, where he couldn't buy a basket in the first half. Larry Rodriguez, masyado malalim. Clarito, and a foul called after the shot. This goes against San Juan. Orbeta is going to be replaced now by Ato Ular. And I believe Ato Ular's got to watch it right now. It looks like he has 4 fouls. Or is it Rhenz Abando may 4 fouls? Yeah, Ular's only got 2 fouls at this point. Rhenz Abando, make that Alvin Abundo back in. Pagkakataon ng AICC Manila to add to this lead, which is their largest so far, 8 points. Pick and roll action once again. Balucanag can't get it to go, and here comes Rodriguez. Outlet pass to Orlan Wamar, lost his footing momentarily.
That's good transition defense by AICC.
Nako. Larry on the alley-oop to Ato Ular.
But not really good set defense there. Miscommunication. Shaq Taganas was daring Larry Rodriguez to shoot that jumper. But then Ato Olar very much open on that baseline underneath.
Bitoon, still nothing. 56-48. 8-point lead for AICC Manila. Ular, no. At nakipaglabanan siya dito kay Ron J. Buenafe. And we're gonna have a 4-man sub now for AICC Manila. And this is how deep their bench is. As we take a look at that last play, great find by Larry Rodriguez.
Kaya pag nasa sahig sila, they give it their all eh.
Yeah.
Kasi may papalit at papalit sa kanila eh.
Salamat sa Coco Life, our official partner dito sa PhilBasket Subic Championship.
So wala sa kanila nagtitipid ng energy.
Right. I said Gabo kanina, pawis na yan when he checked out of the game. Now looks very fresh once again. So with Michael Mabulak, who was really one of the catalysts in that third quarter. He throws it away though. And Abundo gets hit at midcourt by Jonathan Oiloan.
Well, that might have been a good foul given up there by Jonathan Oiloan to stop the fast break.
But that's his 4th foul.
That is not good.
Less than 8 minutes remaining. 56-48, AICC Manila. Rodriguez puts it on the floor, puts his head down, but overshoots. Rodriguez gets it back, and Mabulak will be tagged for this one.
Larry Rodriguez hasn't been very successful in his past few tries going to the basket. Laging sumisikip ang depensa every time Larry Rodriguez attempts to drive.
What do you expect? This guy 6'5" with a lot of experience. Abundo also with a lot of experience. Now will inbound. Papunta kay Clarito. Jonard attacks. And another foul called.
And that's going to be it for Jonathan Oiloan if that's going to be on him.
It is Oiloan's 5th foul. That's it. 5 fouls for the former PBA player. And yung bangga niya doon at saka yung pagbagsak dito ni Jonard Clarito, there was nothing. Jonathan Oiloan never even saw him behind him. And an interesting substitution here as Steven Siruma is going to come in. And free throws will be awarded to Jonard Clarito. Now it's Jerson Cabiltes who's saying he was not in the act of shooting. Lead is 10 for AICC Manila.
Well, but our referee's motioning that it was in the act of shooting.
Yeah. 7 minutes and 39 seconds remaining sa ating 4th quarter. Clarito makes both. And we're going to move into this timeout called by AICC Manila. They still have the lead, but it's been trimmed down to 6 points, 56-50. And this timeout is brought to us by Astig Roasters. Back with us here at the Subic Bay Gym, the final game of our preliminary round. Lahat na po ng slots ng quarterfinals has already been locked up as Commissioner Jai Reyes continues to inspect if everything is okay dito heading into the playoffs. He is on top of the referees on this one. And rightfully so, patapos na ang ating prelims eh.
Well, he's actually been on top of the referees every game. At sa sobrang bigat ng trabaho nito ni Commissioner Jai Reyes, kaya saludong-saludo tayo sa kanya for heading this inaugural season itong PhilBasket Subic Championship.
Turnaround is good para kay Michael Mabulak. And I think the biggest compliment came from Coach Britra Roma when we were doing the game kanina. This is the league na hindi mo alam kung sino mananalo.
Exactly. And also, Coach Jerson Cabiltes has made that remark also time and time again. Sabi niya, sobrang hirap ng liga na to. Hindi ka pwede magpahinga.
Exactly. Here's Rodriguez. And his jumper has fallen short once again, or he's fallen off. Salamat sa mga kaibigan at sa Coco Life, the official partner here in the Field Basket Subic Championship. And Hesed Gabo knocks down the corner 3.
And that's now 8 points in the ball game for the former Mapua Cardinal. Second 3 na rin ang ball game.
And now an 11-point lead for AICC Manila. Away from play, Clarito, pati itong si Siruma, get entangled. Number 3.
Find there in the left corner by Philip Manalang, making that shot possible by Hesed Gabo.
And si Hesed Gabo, as you mentioned, was a corporate league player dati.
Hindi, si ano yun? Si Alvin Alday yun.
Si Alday ba? So ito si Gabo, kakampi mo si Gabo ito sa sa mga legal labas din to
I got to play with Hesed the first time sa inter-district meet ng Quezon City. We were teammates there. We went up against Claret in the finals. However, we lost. That's why we failed to make it.
Sino mga player ng Claret nun? May mga sumikat?
Wala eh.
Wala. Nagkalat lang kayo.
It was just a bad game by us. Pero laki kasi nila nun and we were small. I was playing the 4 spot there. That was before I transferred to the FEU Juniors.
Right. Randy Alcantara, of course, also played the 3 and the 4 spot when he was playing in the Metropolitan Basketball Association and in the PBL. So Larry Rodriguez makes good on his first.
And talking about the FEU Baby Tamer House, one of my teammates wants a shout out, Joshua Palacio. What's up, brother?
Sa mga nanonood din sa atin dyan, libo-libo po nakatutok ngayon dito sa game na to with a lot of interest in how the playoffs is gonna wind up. 61-52, backdoor play. Yes! That is Mapulak from Gabo.
And slowly, little by little, AICC exercising their might inside and out, using the wealth of experience that they have amongst each other.
Ay Michael Mapulak, Kayod Marino, kanyang ginagawa rito ngayon. And he was actually, when all the chips were down, when nothing was going right in the first half, Michael Mapulak was constant.
That's right, and he's one of the reasons why AICC has come back from this lead that San Juan had made in the first half, and also one of the reasons why they are ahead by 12 right now, 52-64.
That match is the biggest lead San Juan had over them in the second quarter. Rodriguez lost his man, but lost the ball. Gets it out now to Orlan Wamar for 3. No, and there's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul called. And Commissioner Jai Reyes immediately on the court.
Oh, that's the first time I've seen Jai step onto the court like that, huh?
Somebody's down. That Steven Siruma is down. And the San Juan players are being requested to head to their bench.
Kanina pa nagigirihan tong dalawa si John Clarito at si Steven Siruma.
So that's a pull ang ginawa doon.
That was very clear.
I'm not quite sure Clarito's gonna get away with this one though.
That was very clear.
He's out.
He's out.
Yeah, he's out. He's been tossed from this game.
Because that was above the head na eh. If you remember San Juan in that game against the Davao Occidental Tigers, Orlan Wamar had that same close fist against John Wilson, but that was in the midsection.
Yeah.
Ito kasi talaga sa ulo na eh.
So he is going to be escorted back to the dressing room, where it's nice and cold, by the way.
And he's still trying to plead his case. I don't understand.
Well, he's going over to Commissioner Jai, and Commissioner Jai is going to have a word with him too. And he'll show him exactly what he did wrong.
And even if Steven Siruma was able to get away with a few elbows, I mean, that's nothing compared to what he did.
Yeah. And that's it. You're gone, boy. Yun ang sinasabi rito ni Commissioner Jai Reyes. So that's the second disqualification we've had in the past 2 days.
That's right.
Hel Francisco was also tossed from the last game.
But this is the first that was from one play lamang. Ito si Hel Francisco kasi had 2 unsportsmanlike fouls.
Yeah. So this will mean 2 free throws for Steven Siruma and ball possession for AICC Manila. And you notice the bench of San Juan had nothing to say about it.
Well, it was pretty obvious, especially from the replay.
There you go. Coach Randy Alcantara Coach Yong Garcia to his right, and Coach Nani Pondolan to his left. And Siruma missed both.
Possession stays with AICC Manila.
6:01 to play. Lead is 12 for AICC Manila. Should this score hold, San Juan will be going up against Medical Depot in the quarterfinals. They will not be playing tomorrow. If AICC goes on to win, they will play tomorrow against M-Trans Boracay de la Ia, Batangas City, Tanduay Athletics.
Well, it's going to be a dangerous matchup against M-Trans if you're AICC. But that will be a heck of a series if it does go for the full distance, because both are very experienced teams. And we have the delight of seeing that in the first game ng ating playoffs, 1 versus 8.
Michael Mabula called for the offensive foul. If you're gonna stick out your behind.
And Coach Gerson is motioning that it was a flop coming from Orlan Wamar.
Narinig mo ba ako? Tikboy, Guan, the Guan and only. So an ejection, and I think Tikboy is trying to tell us that when you get ejected, you're suspended for the next game.
So that's going to be an interesting development because Jonard Clarito is isa sa mga inaasahan talaga ni Coach Randy Alcantara. He's one of the more consistent performers for the San Juan Knights team.
Well, the next guy up has to step up. Tanda natin, Clarito did get the start today. He will not be part of the roster nitong Knights and the opening game of the quarterfinals. JJ Collado. Once again, maaga pang letter lock ito because it's just a 12-point lead with still 5 and 20 remaining, but AICC trying to waste some of the time away. Manalang, high off the glass. And here comes Wamar. Nice pass inside to Otto Ular, who missed it. But the follow-up is good for Nocum plus the foul. Napaganda pa, ika nga. Look at that, that was a great pass. It should have been a great finish if he used the board. But again, yung leaping ability nung Adrian Nocum, nagulat yung JJ Collado.
I'm saying it already, this guy will be a star in the NCAA.
Yeah. 3-point play opportunity now for Adrian Nocum, and he connects on the free throw.
It's now 9 points in the ball game for the Mapua Cardinal. Remember, this guy has yet to see action in college hoops. So after this experience, I'm sure grabe na yung kumpiyansa, especially he'll be playing for his coach here, si Randy Alcantara.
JM Calma touched that as it went and hit the line. So another inbound, and Collado is going to try to trigger it in once again. Finally gets it over to Manalang. Malapit na po tayo sa halfway mark nitong ating fourth and final quarter. Manalang as it tipped. Collado, Manalang will reset. 10 to shoot now for the blue shirts. Collado asking for it. Puts it on the floor. Manalang for three. Good!
What a way for Philip Manalang to get on the board. The first 3 points for the former UE Red Warrior coming at a very crucial stage of this ball game.
Back to a 12-point lead for AICC Manila, 67-55. Nasa ilalim naman, reverse does not work for Nocum. Four and 20 remaining. Manalang using one of the two picks upstairs. Tries another three. This one is short. Ular clears. And here's Orlan Wamar faking on the three. Off the glass, malakas.
That's going to be AICC ball. Last touch on Adrian Nocum. That was very clear.
So Nocum takes a seat. Jun Manzo checks in. And Michael Wico comes back in para kay Manalang. Rhenz Abando is going to get some, masasabi natin, closing minutes, huh? He's not yet been fully integrated into the rotation, but with the suspension coming for Jonard Clarito, you just might see him start tomorrow.
Definitely, that would be an option for Coach Randy Alcantara.
4 minutes remaining in regulation. Buenafe to Mabulak now, top of the key. They're looking for Wico on the post. Being bothered by Abundo. 5 to shoot. Naku, nabitiwan pa yung bola nitong si Mabulak. Manzo wants to attack. Abundo against Wico. Calma had an open look, hesitated. Abundo inside to JM Calma, and there's going to be a foul on Ronjay Buenafe on the reach-in.
And that's going to be 2 shots. AICC's already in the penalty.
Number 4 on Ronjay, who actually displayed his displeasure to the officials at the halftime break when he actually screamed heading into the locker room, and he might be teed up here or called for a warning at the very least.
And Coach Gerson telling him, relax ka lang, ako na magre-reklamo.
That's tantamount to resentment to a call or continuous complaining. As JM Calma gets to the free throw line. Free throws brought to us by Wilson, the official basketball of the Phil Basket Subic Championship. Sa sobrang dalang, makapunta sa free throw line na San Juan, parang hindi na sila sanay mag-free throw.
Yeah. 11 out of 17 from the line itong San Juan Knights in this ball game. And 30 attempts already for AICC Manila.
That must be a record of sorts. We have to double check how many free throws.
And up to this point, they still have more free throw makes than field goal makes. 22 compared to 20 field goal makes.
That's an interesting number. Buenafe trapped in the backcourt, stolen by Calma. Gets it to Abundo. Abando on the attack, and Abando misses. Manzo able to draw the foul from Michael Mabulak.
That was good verticality on that layup by Rhenz Abando, but that was definitely a foul, that floater attempt. Let's see that right here.
Could have gone either way. Might have even been called for Hawi dapat, pero the result is Jun Manzo gets to the free throw line. Pero pag hinawi mo kasi yung braso ni Collado na hindi naman gumalaw yung braso, paano mo tatawagan ng hawi? In mid-air yun eh. Tatama mong ganun, parang paghampas mong ganun. Diba? Parang 3 kilo ka agad yun eh. JJ Collado's my friend. Disclaimer lang po yun. 67 to 58. Coming up on 3 minutes to go. Mabulak. Suddenly quiet here in the fourth quarter to si Michael Mabulak. Mag-iingay ba? Well, from the free throw line perhaps. That's going to be number 3 on Otto Ular.
Itong ginagawa ni Michael Mabulak, and actually the whole AICC team in this past few stretches, minamamana nila itong San Juan Knights.
Yeah. That's why you have Collado there as your backup mang mamama also, di ba? You bring in guys like Mark Anthony Bringas, perhaps Shaq Taganas. That's a Mama Nation ang tawag. Mabulak's numbers, 18.7 rebounds, 8 of 12 from the line, 9 of 13 now. I would venture to say that Michael Mabulak has shot more free throws than San Juan. Tama ba ako? O hindi naman?
Hindi naman.
Hindi naman. Oo daw eh.
Hindi. Nasa harap ko yung stats
oo,
ni Kuy.
Oo, itong katabi ko rito. Mabuti na lang, last day na ng prelims to. 69 to 58. 11-point lead for AICC Manila. That's a walk. Yep. Randy Alcantara really pleading his case about those illegal illegal activities pagdating sa depensa na ginagawa rito ng AICC Manila. That's a...
Yep.
You're gonna lose your footing really if you try to ram into... You gotta use your head. I mean, you cannot defy the laws of physics that way. Here's Gabo. Collado, three-pointer. Mabulak again with the rebound. And he cannot stick it back. Wico, ilalabas. And now they befriend the clock with 2 minutes and 13 remaining.
Now 13 offensive rebounds in the game as a team for AICC.
Collado again! Para tayo naghahanap ng explosion galing dito kay Collado. Last 2 minutes na po tayo, hatid sa atin ang TM Easy Surf 99 as JM Calma scores.
Well, that was another excellent challenge by JJ Collado on that shot attempt by Ato Olar, but JM Calma lucky to get the ball back there and score on the putback.
Gabo is going to waste some seconds. 8 on the shot clock now. Here comes the wide pick. Collado puts it on the floor. Gets it over to the other side. Manalang for 3. And the rebound to Calma. And a foul in the backcourt.
That's not a good foul by Michael Mabulak. They are in the penalty. That gives a chance for San Juan Knights to get points with a clock stop.
Oh, Michael Mabulak is fouled out of the game.
And another bad news
Wow.
for Coach Jerson Cabiltes. His top gun in this ball game now ejected from the game due to fouls.
Well, that's the first disqualification because of fouls. As Rhenz Abando is 2 of 4 from the free throw line today. 2 of 5.
Wala na ako sasabihin.
O nga, no? Kung nga pala ulit yun, ano? Sorry, ah.
AICC still not out of the woods here. This is just an 8-point deficit.
A lot of time remaining, 1 and 28. Manalang, oh, foul by Jun Manzo. So the pretty boy goes to the free throw line.
You'll have the chance to give them more buffer going into the final seconds itong ating ball game.
Nami-miss ko na yung mga moniker ni Ken eh. Kada may nakakashoot, ibigyan niya ng moniker eh.
He hasn't been saying it nga as
Oo
often.
nga eh. Napagsabihan niya. Di naman, di ba? Okay naman eh. I mean, you can do whatever you want until somebody tells you to stop, I guess.
Siguro dahil kasi tinawag niya si Bobby Balocanag ng The Bullfrog.
Ano?
The Bullfrog. Sabi ko, saan galing yun?
Galing yun.
Tapos pagkatapos nun, in the same game, tinawag niyang White Superman.
Sino?
Si Bobby B rin.
Kaya na naging white yun.
Eh di ba si Superman white na nga?
Oh. Kailangan yata mag-recalibrate ni Ken, ano? We have a timeout called by the Knights. 70-61, a minute and 26 remaining. Kaya pa ba nilang habulin to? This timeout is brought to us by Stig Roasters.
When you look at greatness, there is a lot you don't see. You don't see the path to greatness, where it starts, how far it can go, or what fuels each step. It's a thirst for more. A belief that no matter how great you are today, you can be even greater tomorrow. The greatest never settle.
A minute and 26 seconds remaining. 9-point lead for AICC Manila. Should they hold on to win, they will be performing tomorrow kontra sa kupunan ng M-Trans Boracay de la Ia Batangas City Tanduay Athletics. And the 8th seed, yung Batangas, sila yung magiging top seed. 4 and 5 tomorrow. Alam na natin kung sino maglalaban. It will be the Nueva Ecija Best Friend taking on the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. We'll give you the full schedule at the end of this game. Wamar. They designed that 3-point play attempt as Jun Manzo will be called for the foul, and more free throws coming up for Michael Wico. One minute and 19 seconds to go. Wamar will sit. It's been actually a quiet day for Orlan Wamar, huh?
That's right. And he hasn't been attempting much shots.
Yan. So Wico makes his first, and with a minute and 19 remaining, this could be the final touches on what is going to be a spectacular come-from-behind win for AICC Manila. Down by 12 in the second, down 10 at the half, coming away with a 32-point third quarter while holding San Juan to just 14. Abando is hit, taking a three.
That is not really a good foul by Michael Wico.
Buti buo pa yung surgical mask dito ni Jerson Gabildes. He was about to throw it to the ground.
It's very obvious there.
Ah, yeah, it is. Rhenz Abando shoots those 15.5-foot free throws.
So
Talo na siya ni Aaron Aban, who's shooting the 17-foot free throws. He made one of them kanina, by the way.
that was his first point
Exactly.
of the tournament.
Yeah. Sat out like 6 games because of back spasms. No such problem for this kid out of La Union. Knocks down all 3 of them.
Just now a 3-possession ball game in favor of AICC.
Malucanag sits. Bitoon is in.
No
Extra
fouls.
ball carrier, yeah. A minute and 3 remaining. Naitawid naman ni Gabo.
3-point guards in the game para kay Coach Gerson.
Gabo gets the pick now from Collado. Picked up by Calma on the switch. Wico for 3. Can't get it to go. Collado with the offensive rebound.
And that was just a tall order for Orlan Wamar and Jun Manzo to be able to get that rebound against Jay Collado.
Kahit long rebound pa yan, nandiyan pa rin si Collado. Bitoon lobs it inside. Collado, tough fall away. Good! Oh, no, there's a no count, no count, no count. They can look at this. They can look at this right now. Pero once our friend Toto puts up that paddle that says 24, he's usually 99% right.
So our referees will look at the replay here.
1-0.
Tama.
Galing ni Toto talaga.
Tama.
He is, I've never seen this guy make a mistake. Itong si
These
Toto.
guys are FIBA licensed guys.
These are FIBA licensed officials. So it is a shot clock violation and still a glimmer of hope for the Knights with 32.2 seconds remaining. They will have the ball and down by only 7, and we will stay on according to our very demanding floor director, ito si Tikboy Guan. Our timeout, of course, is brought to us by Astig Roasters. Tandaan po natin na this is a battle for who will go to number 1 and who will go to number 3. Davao is already set. Yung Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life is already there at that number 2 position. They will be taking on Burlington EOG, a team that defeated them during the regular season.
It's
as
a
well.
very interesting lineup that we have for quarterfinals so far.
Nueva Ecija best friend won against the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors at the buzzer. As we take a look at our move of the game, brought to us by TikTok. One of many turnarounds off the post coming from Michael Mabulak. The 5 on the floor. Yeah, go ahead.
And even if he's not in this game anymore, he has been the big factor why they are back from this deficit that San Juan erected in the first half. Talagang kinayod niya talaga Marino itong deficit that they were in.
So they inbound from the front court. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Rhenz Abando to inbound. They'll get it to Manzo, or to Wamar rather. Wamar, Abando, fires the 3. Too strong. Rebound picked up by Nocum. Inside to Calma, missing on the layup. And Abando scores with 17 seconds remaining. And AICC Manila has 2 timeouts remaining. They will use one of them right now, as the lead has been cut down to 5, 71 to 66. Good effort shown by the San Juan Knights. Go for goal. They wish they would have scored earlier, but Rhenz Abando rescues them with that follow-up.
Boy, Adrian Nocum, amazing effort to keep that ball alive.
Timeout brought to us by Astig Roasters. Now, if you are San Juan, are you going to play? You have to play the foul game,
You
right?
have to, because you don't have any timeouts left. You have no choice, but you have to stop the clock and make them shoot those free throws. Kasi kung may timeout ka pa, actually, kung 17 seconds left, you already have to play the foul game.
Yeah. So who to foul? Yun ang tanong dito. Sino tatanggap ng bola kaagad para dito sa AICC Manila. So San Juan dispatching etong si Wamar, si Manzo, Nocum, Abando, and Calma. Let's see what AICC Manila has. It's still them, three guards. Si Bitoon, etong si Manalang, pati itong si Hesed Gabo. They choose to inbound from the backcourt. Now this is a dangerous ploy because any turnover that happens in the backcourt, mas malapit na ang biyahe dito.
That's right.
Ng Knights. Abando has to give him some space though to inbound. I mean, there's no social distancing in that. Lumayo na lang tuloy. Ito si Wico. Quick inbounds now to Hesed Gabo, and he's immediately hit by Orlan Wamar. That took all of 0.8 of a second.
And that's what the San Juan
Wala
Knights
pang
want.
foul daw. Natulak na niya eh.
Hesed Gabo will now be tested at the 15-foot parallel.
Another former Mapua Cardinal. This guy was also like a finals MVP, if I'm not mistaken.
That's right, in the PBA D-League.
Yeah. So, extends it to a 6-point lead. Again, no more timeouts remaining for San Juan Knights. Go for gold. The next free throw will really put this game away because that'll be a 7-point lead.
But a miss here will leave the door open for the white shirts.
No such thing. Shot clock turned off. So they need a quick basket dito. Ito kupunan na San Juan Knights. Go for gold. Oh, with 10.8, a foul is called.
But Jun Manzo is on the floor. I think he's holding on to his ankle. Not sure if it's a sprain or just a case of cramps.
Well, they're not applying the cramps first aid. Oh, now they are. No, but it's the knee, it appears. Tignan natin, ha? Not quite sure. The collision was there, pero... Oh, hamstring. Well, that now is...
Might have pulled it.
Yeah,
Dun
but
sa
when you
landing
grab
niya.
your hamstring that quickly and collapse, something is very wrong.
Sakit yan. That's sharp pain.
Yeah.
And they're applying...
Yeah, they're binabalik na lang yung spray. So, Alvin Abundo came in to replace Manzo. Good on the first free throw. Lead is back down to 2 possessions. Missing on the second, but they can't get the rebound. And with 8.4 remaining, Michael Wico is going to be fouled. So ito ngayon, talagang this should be the final nails on the coffin. Michael Wico, he's asking for his thighs to be massaged as well because yun ang mahirap na cramps. Okay na yung cramps sa paa, yung naninigas yung paa mo, pero pag yung binti
Pwede mo
na
pa
yan.
ipagpag yun eh.
Pag binti na yan.
Pag binte, medyo mahirap na bumalik.
Parang kinagat ka ng aso na nandun pa rin yung aso. Yun yung pakiramdam nun eh. Mahirap yan. I don't know if that ever happened to you while you're driving.
That happened to me while I was sleeping.
Oh yeah, well, that's a different story.
And that is it.
Yeah, final score na lang po hinihintay natin in this one. A masterful comeback for the AICC Manila squad as Abando misses, Abundo gets it inside. Calma will beat the buzzer to alter our final score and make it 75-69. AICC Manila will finish as the #1 team heading in to the playoffs, which begins tomorrow. And immediately, AICC Manila will be seeing action as the #1 seed. San Juan Knights go for gold. Jun Manzo being helped up on his feet now after pulling his hamstring towards the end of that game. They will drop to 3 wins or to #3 position and will be taking on Medical Depot. So pag-uusapan natin dyan in just a bit. I don't know if Javi's gonna be off now. Javi's just gonna stand up now and talk to our player of the game. Ito si our Coco Live player of the game, si Michael Mabulak. So after the interview will happen dito kay Javi, we will dissect how the playoffs are gonna play out starting tomorrow. But again, 1 versus 8, 4 versus 5. Ang una natin masasaksi ang mga laban tomorrow. Again, confirmation of our final score, 75-69. AICC Manila with the win kontra dito sa San Juan Knights. Go for gold. Our Coco Life best player of the game is Michael Mabulak, and he is with Javi Palanya.
Thank you, Noel. And we are with our Coco Life best player of the game, Michael Mabulak. Mike, another stellar performance, 19 points and 8 rebounds. At ikaw sa pinakamalaking rason kung paano kayo naka-comeback dun sa deficit that you were in nung first half. Ngayon, you will be up against M-Trans, Boracay de la Ia, Batangas City, Tadway Athletics tomorrow right away. Anong mga preparation ang kailangan nyo gawin going up against Batangas City tomorrow?
Una syempre, ginawa namin lahat, syempre ayaw namin pumunta ng playoffs nang galing sa talo. So mas maganda yung sa winning note ka. Tapos M-Trans, nakalaban na namin. So at least medyo kahit kulang sa oras para mag-prepare, at least kaya makakuha sa viewing bukas. Wala nang time para mag-practice.
Tama. But they are coming off a loss, so dangerous rin sila ngayon. And Jeff Viernes starting to find his rhythm. Sobrang grabe yung ginagawa niya on the scoring. And paano niyo pipigilan a guy like Jeff Viernes?
Una, siyempre, lahat din ng team dito talagang dangerous lahat. Kaya hindi kami nagpe-placing kasi lahat talagang malakas eh. So, baliwala yung tinatawag na placing. So, si Jeff, siguro malimit lang namin, masaya na kami kasi talagang scorer. Wala kami magagawa dun para i-zero. Hindi pwede yun eh.
Alright, thank you Mike. Baka may gusto ka batiin?
Una binabati ko si Boss Aldwin, anak ni Boss, Seth, Step, Ma'am Hershey, Ma'am Julie De Ocampo, Mayor Isko, Boss Gab Barbershop, yung mag-ina ko, si Morris, si Mikael, si Kael, yung pamilya ko sa Plaridel, Bulacan, Boss Max Santiago.
Alright, once again, our Coco Live best player of the game, Michael Mabulak. Let's turn it back over to Noel.
And we will be joined again by Javi in just a few moments just to check out yung magiging schedule natin and our final team standings, of course. 75-69 ang ating final score dito. And AICC Manila snaps out of that loss na nakuha nila against the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors just the other day to once again redeem themselves and become the #1 team heading into the quarterfinals as Javi has rejoined us here again. Let's take a look at our final standings, Javi. Ito na yun. Final answer na yan.
And yeah, look, as I said kanina, it's going to be dangerous whoever team will go up against M-Trans. As I said, they are coming off a loss and Jeff Viernes has been scorching in his past few games. So whoever will go up against them, and now that we're sure that AICC Manila will go up against them, it will be a very interesting match between two very experienced teams. And ngayon naman, Pasig Santa Lucia and Nueva Ecija, that will be interesting as well because as we said earlier and pointed out, Nueva Ecija pulled the rug from under Pasig Santa Lucia, and Pasig Santa Lucia looking to exact revenge on the squad that pulled off an upset against them. Itong Medical Depot naman will go up against the San Juan Knights. So it's gonna be also an interesting match, a match of young guns and a mix of veterans as well. And Burlington EOG going up against Davao Occidental Tigers. That will be an interesting matchup as well because Burlington was able to defeat Davao. So talagang sobrang ganda ng quarterfinal lineup natin ngayon because they are teams that pulled off upsets against those teams that they will go up against. So abangan nyo talaga, we will have a very exciting set of games for you in the next few days.
All right, let's take a look at our schedule. Of course, tomorrow, our first game. Konting pahinga lang para dito sa AICC Manila because when they wake up tomorrow, magbe-breakfast, magbe-viewing, tapos diretso na sila sa gym. Because their first game is at 4:30 p.m. AICC Manila, the #1 seed with a twice-to-beat advantage over the M-Trans Boracay de la Ia, Batangas City, Tanduay Athletics. 4:30 p.m. po ang starting ang tip-off niyan. And of course, at 7:10 p.m. our second game, Nueva Ecija best friend with that twice-to-beat advantage over the #5 team, the Pasig Santa Lucia Realtors. So, abangan nyo po ang ating doubleheader. We immediately begin the quarterfinals. Follow us on all our social media accounts sa YouTube, sa Facebook, pati na rin sa TikTok. So, we'll take this opportunity, of course, to thank the other 3 teams who also got eliminated dito. 7A Primos, pati na rin ang Muntinlupa Defenders and the FSD Army Makati squad. They are not going to join our playoffs, so congratulations sa inyo. Quarterfinals po yan on Wednesday. Tomorrow po yan, November 17, 2021, as tinuturungan ni Tikboy sa atin na sabihin. Alright, game time starts at 4:30. At yan po yung Wednesday game naman natin, the pairing of the Davao Occidental Tigers Coco Life. That is this coming Wednesday nga. Kalaban nilang Burlington EOG Sports, 2 versus 7. Davao, of course, with the advantage, tries to beat advantage there. And, of course, the final game of the quarterfinals, at least for that phase, will be the San Juan Knights Go for Gold, the #3 seed, taking on Medical Depot. At dyan po nagwawakas ang paghatid namin sa inyo. The preliminary round is now over. We are down to 8 teams. Sino ang magwawagi? Who will advance to the semifinals? You have to stay with us in our continuing coverage of the PhilBasket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life to find out. For Happy Palanya and all the hardworking men and women of the PhilBasket Subic Championship, ito po si Noel Zarate. We will see you tomorrow for the quarterfinals of the PhilBasket Subic Championship presented by Coco Life.